My child, before you scroll, stop. Just for a moment. Not by accident, not randomly, but because something inside you chose this moment. Out of so many voices, you heard this one. Out of so many distractions, you paused. And that is not random. Take a deep breath, slowly. Let your mind quiet down. Because what you are feeling right now, that subtle pull, that quiet curiosity, that sense that this matters, that is not coincidence. That is alignment. Most people don't stop. They scroll, they rush, they move on. Not because they don't care, but because they are distracted, tired, overwhelmed. But you didn't. You stayed. And staying changes something. So don't leave yet. Not now. Because what you're about to hear is something your heart has been needing for longer than you realize. I know you've been carrying things, thoughts that won't go away, questions without answers, feelings you don't explain to anyone. You've smiled even when it was hard. You kept going even when you were tired inside. And most people never saw that. But I saw it. Every moment, every silent prayer, every time you felt alone, nothing about your journey has been invisible. This moment is not just another video. It is connected to everything you've been feeling. You think nothing has changed yet, but something already shifted the moment you chose to stay. Because your life does not change only in big moments. It changes in small ones, like this, when you choose to listen instead of scroll, to stay instead of rush. Presence is where everything begins. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. Even if it feels that way sometimes. Your life is still unfolding with purpose. Even when you cannot see it, I am still guiding you. Even now, even here. Not everything that ended was a loss. Some things were protection. I know there were moments you almost gave up, moments where you questioned everything, moments where you felt tired of trying. But you're still here, and that means something. If your heart feels this, write, "Yes, Lord," not for anyone else, but as a quiet decision. I'm still here. I'm still listening. I haven't given up. There is something different about you, not better, but more aware, more sensitive, more open. You feel deeply. You notice things others ignore, and sometimes that feels like a burden, but it's not. It's a gift. Your sensitivity is your connection. It's how you recognize truth. It's how you feel what is real. The world will try to distract you. Noise, pressure, speed, always pulling you away. But distraction is how people lose direction, not in one moment, but slowly, by saying later again and again, until later never comes. But you didn't do that today. You stopped, you stayed, you listened, and that choice matters more than you think. Something is shifting inside you, even now. Maybe you can't explain it, but you can feel it. A sense of calm, a sense of clarity, a quiet change beginning. Your life is not random. Your path is not meaningless. Even your struggles have purpose. Even your delays have direction. Keep listening. Keep choosing presence. Keep trusting, even when it's quiet. Because the quiet moments are where everything begins to align. Stay here just a little longer. Don't rush away. Let this feeling settle. Let it grow. You didn't arrive here by accident. You were guided. And because you stayed, something has already begun. And your life will not be the same.
And now, stay with me just a little longer, because there is something you need to understand, something deeper than what you've heard so far. You have been walking through seasons that tested you more than anyone knows, moments where you felt strong, but inside you were breaking quietly, moments where you kept going, not because it was easy, but because you had no choice. And still, you didn't lose your heart. You didn't lose your ability to feel, to hope, to believe. Even if it became quieter, even if it became fragile, it never disappeared. And that is why you are here right now. Because something inside you never gave up completely, even when everything felt uncertain, even when answers didn't come, even when silence felt heavy. You kept a small space open, and I meet you in that space, not in perfection, not in strength, but in willingness. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to feel ready. You don't need to be fearless. You only need to stay open, just like you are now, because openness is where everything begins to change. There are things being aligned that you cannot see yet, paths being adjusted in ways you don't understand, doors that will open at the right time, not too early, not too late, but exactly when you are ready to walk through them. You may feel like you are waiting, like nothing is happening, like everything is standing still, but stillness is not absence. Stillness is preparation. It is where clarity forms. It is where strength is rebuilt. It is where direction becomes clear, even if slowly. So don't rush this season. Don't force what is not ready. Don't compare your path to those who are moving differently, because what is meant for you requires your timing, not theirs. You are not falling behind. You are being positioned. Even now, as you listen, as you stay, as you allow this moment to reach you, something inside you is becoming stronger, quieter, but stronger, more grounded, more aware, more aligned. You may not see it yet, but you will. Soon, things will begin to make sense. Connections will form, opportunities will appear, and you will look back and realize this moment mattered more than you thought. So stay present, stay aware, stay open, because what is coming will require the version of you that is being shaped right now. You are not the same person you were before this moment. Something has shifted, something has awakened, and even if it feels small, it is not. Small shifts create powerful changes, and this is where it begins. So breathe again, slowly. Let peace settle in your chest. Let your thoughts quiet down. You don't need to carry everything right now. You don't need to solve everything today. Just be here. Just receive this moment. Just allow what is happening inside you to unfold naturally. Because you are being guided, even now, even here, and you are exactly where you need to be.
And now, let yourself go deeper. Don't rush this moment, because what is happening is not on the surface. It is quiet, but powerful. You have spent so much time trying to understand everything, trying to control outcomes, trying to make sense of what you feel. But some things are not meant to be figured out immediately. Some things are meant to be trusted, step by step, moment by moment. And this is one of those moments. You are learning how to slow down, how to listen again, how to reconnect with what truly matters. Not the noise, not the pressure, not the expectations, but what is real, what is lasting, what is true. There have been times when you felt disconnected from yourself, from direction, from peace, as if something was missing, but you couldn't explain what. That feeling was not emptiness, it was hunger. A hunger for meaning, a hunger for clarity, a hunger for something deeper. And that hunger is what brought you here. Because hunger always leads to seeking, and seeking always leads to finding, even if the path is not obvious at first. You are closer than you think, closer to clarity, closer to peace, closer to the answers you've been searching for. But closeness doesn't always feel like arrival. Sometimes it feels like silence. Sometimes it feels like waiting. Sometimes it feels like uncertainty. But don't mistake that for absence, because even in silence, something is happening. Even in waiting, something is forming. Even in uncertainty, something is aligning. You are not stuck. You are being prepared. Prepared for what is next. Prepared for what is coming. Prepared for what you once asked for. There are things ahead of you that require a different version of you. A calmer version, a clearer version, a stronger version. Not louder, not faster, but deeper, more grounded, more aware. And that is who you are becoming, right now, in this moment. So don't rush your growth. Don't force your path. Don't compare your timing, because what is being built inside you is meant to last, and what lasts takes time. You may not see results immediately. You may not feel dramatic change, but subtle shifts are the most powerful ones, because they stay, because they shape everything from the inside out. So trust the small changes. Trust the quiet moments. Trust the feeling that something is different, even if you can't explain it yet. You are not alone in this, even when it feels like you are, even when no one else understands, even when words fail. You are seen, you are heard, you are being guided. Every step, every thought, every moment of doubt, every moment of hope, none of it is wasted, none of it is ignored. Everything is being used to shape your path. There is a reason you feel things deeply. There is a reason you question things. There is a reason you search for more. You were not created to live on the surface. You were created to go deeper, to understand, to feel, to connect. And that depth is your strength, even when it feels heavy, even when it feels overwhelming. It is not there to break you. It is there to guide you, to keep you aligned, to keep you aware, to keep you from settling for less than what is meant for you. There are moments ahead where things will become clear, where confusion will fade, where direction will feel natural. But for now, this is where you are meant to be, learning, growing, becoming. So stay here just a little longer. Stay in this awareness. Stay in this stillness. Stay in this connection. Because this is where everything begins, not outside, but within. And what begins within will eventually reflect in every part of your life. You are not lost. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are in the middle of becoming, and becoming is not always comfortable, but it is always necessary. So breathe again, slowly. Let go of what you cannot control. Release the pressure to have everything figured out. Allow yourself to simply be here, now, present. Because presence is where peace lives. Presence is where clarity grows. Presence is where everything changes. And you are here. You stayed. You listened. And because of that, this moment will stay with you long after this ends. Something has begun. Something real. Something quiet. Something powerful. And your life is already moving in a new direction.